Guys, and welcome back. Today's video is going to be all about candle making. I'm going to show you how to use some old wax and turn it into a really pretty candle. So our first job is to prepare the wicks. I've got cotton wick here. All I'm going to do is work out how much of it I'm going to need. You're going to want to leave at least a little bit at the top just so you've got enough to play with. And I'm going to cut it about there. Get one of the little metal bottom bits, and all you want to do is thread the wick through. Leaving a little bit at the bottom. Just like that. And we're going to use some little glue dots just to stick that down in place. Now, we could stick it right in the centre, but I'm not going to do that because this is quite a wide one. That will give us a very small burn pool and we'll waste all this bit around the edge. So I'm going to put 3 wicks into this. So I'm going to place the first one in about there. And I'm going to do another 2 and put 1 here and 1 here. Use a chopstick just to secure the wicks in place. So you can tie or you can use a pen and a little bit of sticky tape. Just need it so when you pour the wax in, the wick stays where it should rather than floating around in the wax. It will make sense when we pour. Now pop this out the way until you're ready to pour, but make sure you put it somewhere it's going to be undisturbed, because once you pour, you really don't want to be moving this until it's fully set. So now it's time to melt the wax. You need some almost boiled water in a saucepan, your metal jug, or if you haven't got a metal jug like this, you can use a glass bowl like that and just melt your wax in there. So you're basically creating a bain-marie to melt your wax. Once your jug's in the water, you can begin adding your wax. And then just leave that to melt down. once the wax has fully melted, it's time to add some colouring and some fragrance. Now I've decided, as it's a yellow mug that I'm putting it in, to go for a bright yellow. You don't need a lot of this, you only need a tiny bit. Literally a little pinch, that's all I'm going to put in. So from this point, while I mix the colour in, I'm going to want the liquid to start cooling before I add the fragrance. So I've turned the hob off and I'm just going to gently mix the colour in round. So once it's reached the right temperature, it's time to add the fragrance. I'd say this is somewhere between 75 to 80 degrees Celsius and it's on 78 at the minute. So I've got some blueberry and vanilla fragrance which I'm going to add. Again, you don't need an awful lot of this, so a couple of squeezes in. And again, just mix it round so it gets in all the wax. Ideally you want the fragrance to attach to the wax, so you need to mix it in properly so it reaches every bit of the liquid. By the way, this also makes your kitchen smell amazing. Okay, so we're ready to pour when the temperature gets to somewhere between, I'd say 57 and 63. So somewhere around the 60 mark. And if you can see, it's gone a little bit cloudy again. That's the perfect time to pour, when it's still liquid but a little bit cloudy. There's no way to do it, just try and pour it continuously. Just keep filling it up. Is there going to be enough? Is there? I think that is just about the perfect amount of wax, don't you? Just check your wicks for how you want them and leave it to set. Because it's such a large container, I reckon this will take a long time to set, but the most important thing to do is to not touch it, not disturb it, don't move it, just leave it there completely. I'd say try and leave it there for 24 to 48 hours before moving it until it's set completely, and you should end up with a nice result.